So what is Big Local? Well, it's a lottery investment of at least £1 million over the next 10 years in the Firs and Bromford estate. One of its aims is to leave a lasting legacy in the neighbourhood, but it's not just about the money. It's about bringing people together, it's about releasing local passions, skills and energy to make our area a better place to live. This film is a snippet of some of those thoughts, feelings and ideas about how to make the Firs and Bromford a better place.
The best thing about the Firs and Bromford is the schools.
The best thing about this area is there's lots of fields that you can play on and quite a few parks to go to with your mates.
People stick together, you know each other, and that it's a good atmosphere sometimes.
I probably think the children's centre is one of the best things that is here.
The friendliness of the majority of the people that live here. There are some really, really nice, friendly families.
Best thing is that you've got loads of activities and you're not just bored in the house all day, and you get to go out and you're active and you're energetic.
One of the best things about the local area, I've lived here for 8 years or so, is people. So just straight talking, down to earth, good honest people.
I like my friends around the area so I can play with them and that.
I think the best things about Firs and Bromford are, I think, the people. There is a community spirit here, and there's people that want to make this place a better place to live.
I think the best things about the Firs and Bromford are the people themselves. They've got so many skills and talents, and some of the things that happen on the estate wouldn't happen without the people.
I think the best thing about this area is everyone just playing with each other, and mostly everyone getting on really well with each other.
I can't think of an area better than it, because it's just a wonderful area.
There's not loads of places for any age children to hang around. There's no decent parks.
And the worst thing about the estate is the lot of deprivation and the fact there isn't anything around for the children to do. There's no parks, no libraries, there's nowhere for them to hang out.
The worst thing about the area is at night time you might have a few gangs about.
The trouble that goes on, really, with the crime around here.
I think the worst thing about this area is when gangs start to make fights against each other.
Worst thing about the Bromford is, I don't think it's just the Bromford. I think it's all over, that people don't feel safe anymore.
The area actually, in general, you can't really take your kids to play outside because of all the glass and everything like that.
I don't like all the bad things, like all the fighting around the areas.
Probably the fact that there's a lot of gangs around in the areas. There's not really much for the children to do. I don't think there needs to be a lot more.
The kids have got nothing to do. They need more to do.
The worst things about Firs and Bromford, I'd say, are the parks. Like I say, I've been here a long time, and the park down Bromford Drive has not changed since I've been there.
I think the worst things about Firs and Bromford is the lack of ambition that people have, the lack of sort of, not ambition, aspiration, I suppose.
Worst things, I think one of them is being stuck under the M6 and have loads of National Grid pylons crossing over your front gardens. I think some of the housing is still pretty poor, and some of the conditions that people have to live in are still pretty grim. I think equally one of the other things is just the lack of opportunities around, the lack of work prospects for a lot of people, and the kind of sense of a lack of hope that anything could be different.
Really, is a lot of youth clubs and stuff for the schools and more things for everybody to do.
I think the Bromford needs a youth centre.
I hope that there is a swimming centre so that the children can learn to swim.
In the future, it probably could have more play areas.
I would like more wildlife and like a wildlife centre, because there's not a lot of wildlife around here.
I want to make the children to play football so that they can have fun and enjoy themselves.
I'd like to see parks being built and football, like parks where we can play football in and play on our bikes and scooters and stuff.
I would like to see a lot of parks and that around so we can play.
They plough loads of money into the area and people and tidy it up a little bit, and people respect that and look after that.
I think my personal hopes and dreams for the neighbourhood is that people come together more and kind of celebrate the kind of community spirit that's already existing and develop on that.
I think my biggest hope and dream for the future of the estate is that there are opportunities for people to come together, people to get to know their neighbours, people to mix, to be outside, to enjoy each other's company, to enjoy their surroundings, and for those surroundings to be places where people can actually enjoy friendship, relaxing together.
My hopes and the dreams are to have put more parks around the area, because there ain't that much, and that's it.
So as you can see, we've been talking to lots of people. As a result of what they told us, some key initiatives have been set up. One, an environmental group which will look at our parks and green spaces, and a women's group has been set up, so look out for details. What do you think? This is your opportunity to tell us what you really think, to get involved or just ask for more information. Or if you're a bit techie, you can email me on jackiemore@castlevale.org.uk. Locally, you can get some information from the hub, which is near Nissa on the Bromford Drive, or you can pop into Ambridge House.